Good morning to all. Today's topic is Introduction to Cloud Computing. So, our subject is Cloud and Serverless Computing. A part of this, so we need to discuss regarding Introduction to Cloud Computing. As a session 1, we need to discuss about the definitions of cloud computing, various features of cloud computing, advantages and its disadvantages and its characteristics. As apart from that, we also need to discuss regarding cloud deployment models, cloud service models. So let us start with the first concept, introduction to cloud computing. See here, the aim of the session, we need to familiarize with the cloud concepts like cloud introduction, characteristics, advantages and deployment models. And end of the session, you will be in a position to define cloud with various scenarios, with various definitions. So, introduction to cloud computing. So, according to the National Institute of Standard and Technology, it is a model enabling to provide global network access. So, cloud provides resources anywhere, anytime. So, the best definition you can define a cloud computing means it provides on-demand computing resources whenever you need, irrespective of the location and time. So, this is the best definition of cloud. So, according to the NIST definition, National Institute of Standard and Technology, so it provides a computing resources like applications, networks, services, storage, which can be provisioned and released within minimum number of interactions and management efforts. So, if you see the diagram here, cloud computing that provides, you can access via with mobile as well as PC, and it provides a computing services like compute power, server for your storage and databases for operations. So, this is the definition of cloud computing. So, next, exactly if you know the definition, you see here, it is a network of internet. Cloud computing is a network of internet because it connects to various locations with various resources, like it can store, manage, access data online rather than the local drives. So, it is simply a cloud, but it provides on-demand computing resources, everything from applications of data centers, and over you have to pay as you go model. So, whatever you use, so pay for that only. And everything is done by remote, nothing you can save in local system, because it is a cloud, you are getting the services based on your demand, so that nothing will be saved locally, you can use it and give it back to the cloud. So, this is the definition exactly of the cloud. So, in this you can see here, it is an internet of collection of various networks from different locations, and it provides on-demand computing resources. And come to the characteristics of cloud computing. So, there are many characteristics of cloud computing. So, first is agility. So, means that here it shows many resources among the users, and these resources can be used very effectively and fastly. So, it can be a distributed environment. So, whatever you demanding from any location, irrespective of time and place, you can get it very fastly. So, that is called as agility. And high availability and reliability. So, the availability of services in high and reliable, because there is less chances to fail the infrastructure. So, highly available means anytime if you are requesting any service from the cloud, it can be available within a fraction of time, and reliability means always available. So, this is the relation between availability and reliability. So, reliable means it always works perfectly without any changes or any failure it can be. So, high scalability. So, scalable means cloud offers services based on your demand, and the provisioning of resources are large in scale without having any drawbacks or without having any efforts you have to put to increase the session. So, here highly scalable means on-demand provisioning of resources. You need not worry about pre-booking of any resource. So, if you want, you can get from the cloud. So, this is called as on-demand provisioning of resources. And come to the next point here, the characteristic, which is called as multi-sharing. So, cloud computing that offers multiple users and applications can be work very effectively by with number of ways, like you have to reduce the cost and you have to share the common infrastructure. So, it can allow multiple users can access the same resources at any moment of time, that is called as multi-sharing. These are the first 4 characteristics. Agility, that refers you can work very fastly. Highly available means you can use a service at any time, anywhere. Highly scalable means it can provide the resources based on your demand, and multi-sharing means it allows multiple users and applications to be work together. And the fifth characteristics of cloud is device and location independence, means that cloud computing enables the users to access the services using anywhere from their location with any type of device, like you can use web browser or you can use mobile to access the cloud services also. And maintenance, the other feature or other characteristics. So you did not install any user computer, access it from the different places, so it reduces the cost also, because everything should be managed by cloud provider. You need not worry about its maintenance, installations, as well as security concerns, as well as cooling also. So maintenance is the responsibility of the service provider, not by the user. Then lower cost. So services of cloud computing that needs you have to pay for usage. Suppose say for example you are using any computing power for 1 hour, you have to pay for 1 hour only. Based on your demand, you are getting the cloud resources, as well as you are using that resources according to your need. So that the lowest cost here refers pay per use. How much you are using, you have to pay for that. And the next one is services in pay-per-use mode, means that if you are using the services like pay-per-usage model, so like that many services are offering the low charges because of high attraction towards the customers to many services. So for that, cloud offers various services to be paid in terms of pay-per-use like. So it is not like hour based, you have to pay for what you use. So many services are offering this type of mode. So this is the other characteristics like device and location independence. You can use cloud resources anywhere with any device, and maintenance is the responsibility of the cloud provider, not by the user. And lowest cost means many IT companies set up their own infrastructure so that they have to pay for what they use. And services in pay-use model means most of the services offering their resources in terms of how much they can charge depends upon the how much you are used to. So these are the characteristics of cloud computing. And come to the advantages of cloud computing. So many small as well as large IT infrastructure, they need to move from traditional methods to the cloud, like they have to be managed everything over a cloud, so that they need not incur any income capital. So like they cannot establish any budget prior. So if any company wants to be developed like an initial state, so they need to have a server room and like switches, modems, routers, servers, cooling, database server, like that many things they need to be procured. So instead of that, everything they can own from the cloud based upon how much they are using, how much they are preferring for their usage, they have to pay for that. So that is the first advantage. So no need to set up any infrastructure, or no need to procure any new devices like any new servers, and there is no maintenance also. So all this can be comes from the cloud. So this is the first advantages of cloud computing. See here, before computing there is a rack of systems, they will be moved in a room and they need to be maintained by 1 or 2 persons, and they need to be connected together, and power, cooling system, everything need to be managed by the IT, like who is developing their own system. Then after cloud computing comes, see here, server, storage, databases and network services, everything will be moved on the cloud. So the IT people need not worry about their maintenance, cooling, power, security and all. They should just get all these services via cloud through a rental basis. So this is the biggest advantages of cloud computing. Then you need to be discuss regarding what is the pure advantages of cloud computing. So the first advantage, you can take backup and restore your data. So suppose say for example you have on-premise database, so your database was corrupted due to some reasons, you cannot recover the data until and unless you been saved in other copy. So instead of that, if you are moving your data through a cloud or to a cloud like storages, so you can get the 3 replicas defaultly. If any replica you want to retrieve, you can be get immediately. So this is called as backup and restore your data. So if you put data in cloud, it can be never lasted. And the second one is improved collaboration. So many cloud applications improve the collaboration by group of people. They can quickly share their information via the shared storage device. And the other advantage called as excellent accessibility, because see here, if you have internet, you can use a cloud, so you can use anywhere, anytime. So data must be always accessible, but the only provision you need to set up is you should have an internet connection. And the next point is low maintenance. Because of maintenance problems, most of the organizations has been moved to the cloud, so that it reduces both the software and hardware maintenance cost to the organizations. And the next advantage is mobility. So cloud computing allows easily to access all the data via mobile, and you have to pay for use model, and it also provide an unlimited storage capacity, so you can store any amount of data. And the next one is data security. So who is providing all the services called as cloud provider? The cloud provider is responsible to provide the security. In addition to that, they are allowing us to go with our own security principles also. So this double checking of this security then it provides by the cloud computing. And this is the advantages figure, like you can see here. This provides a data security, backup and restore, improved collaboration, excellent accessibility, low maintenance and mobility service. You can use pay-per-use model, and the best advantage for the storage is it provides unlimited storage capacity, and it provides data security from the provider side as well as the user side. So these are all the various advantages of cloud computing. Next, what is cloud deployment model? So cloud deployment model means the choice how to access the infrastructure, that is called as deployment model. So in virtual computing environment, with the choice of deployment model, depending upon how can you store the data and how can you access the data from your infrastructure. Not only the data, how computing power, like how databases are organized, how to access that, that is called as deployment model. So why deployment models are introduced? So here if you see, there are 4 deployment models are there: public cloud, private cloud, community cloud, hybrid cloud. So why all these different types of clouds deployment models are there? So based upon the usage of the resources, cloud deploy all the services in either of these 4. Public services are there, some of private and community hybrid services are also there. So this is all the responsibility of the cloud provider, how they are offering the services to the users. So that is called as cloud deployment models. Then first we will discuss about public cloud. So public cloud is open to all, like that anyone can access the information via an internet. So cloud service provider is an example. They are providing all the resources which can be open to all. There is no restriction who cannot use the resources. Everyone can access the resource. And the second one is elastic compute cloud. So like you can provide the resources in terms of compute, or you can provide an example like Azure Services Platform, so anyone can use these services. The name implies it can be used by many people on the same time based upon their demand. And there is a virtualization storage. It is a great delivery model for deployment as well as testing. So anyone can make use of this configuration and deployment, which can be quickly and easily for using for test as well as ideal environments. So this is the most suitable cloud where anyone can quickly deploy an applications for testing and easily making an ideal choice for other environments too. Then, so this is an example for the public cloud. So see here, Amazon, VMware, Google, anyone can access this service, and there is a cloud provider with a data center, and these are all many offerings by the cloud data centers like application services, platforms, scalable, and various servers are there like compute servers and storage servers. So anyone can use, like many companies, see here in the top, many companies can maybe using this public cloud like. And this is the benefits of public cloud. So you do not go for any minimum investment, like, so you should go for only minimum investment like pay for use model. And there is no upfront cost, because it is ideal for the business who need to have a quick access to the resources. And there is no hardware setup too. And if there is no hardware, obviously there is no infrastructure management. But there is various limitations of the cloud computing, so where you can provide the data security and privacy concerns, and where you can use the reliability usages like malfunctioning and outages. It can be open and wide range of users can use the same network. So this is the limitations. And the next cloud model is private cloud. So private cloud we also known as internal cloud or corporate cloud. It is widely used by the organization to build and manage their own data centers internally or by the third party. So private means it can be owned to a particular corporation. Like it has two types of private clouds, on-premise private cloud and outsourced private cloud. So private means the name implies it cannot be shareable to all. So companies who are looking for the cost efficiency and greater control over their own resources as well as data, so they have to go for private cloud, and that is the most suitable choice. So this is the private cloud environment where organization is there, it can be securely accessed to other users. So if private cloud name implies an organization wishes to provide an access to other organization, so they can be provided with more secure one like this. So public user cannot be accessed, so that the public users can be blocked by this. So and there is a owner data center because it is a private cloud, so owner can provide an access or they can deny an access to anyone. And this is the benefits of private cloud. So data privacy is there because only authorized persons can get an access, and security is high. But come to the limitations, which is very cost, because of they have to set everything, like they have to pay for software, hardware, resources and the staff as well as the training, and it is highly maintainable because everything need the responsibility of the cloud or organization itself. Then other cloud is called as community cloud. So community cloud allows the services to be accessible by group or several organizations. So name implies community cloud. Suppose say for example there is a healthcare community, they want to provide their data to all healthcare institutions so that they may have the common objectives. So that community, the name implies if any organization want to achieve the commonality or they are working for a common objective, they can go for community cloud. That is the best choice for this. And this is a community cloud. So many organizations are participating, but make sure that all organizations are belong to the common objective achievement. So this is the organization 1, 2, 3. So like that they have shared protocols and policies. They must be agreed one another, so that the community cloud, all the resources in that must be shareable between these 4 organizations only. Then the benefits of the community cloud. So it is smaller investment because many organizations are in the part of that, and setup benefits because of only few organizations, they must based upon their own commonality, many industry standards allowing customers to work with more efficiently. And the limitations of community cloud is shared resources because of there is a restricted bandwidth and capacity. So most of the challenges they report is because of limitations there, and it is not that much of popular because of only interested companies wants to be contribute to be a part of this community cloud. So this is only the limitations of that. And the benefits you can see many benefits, which is cost effective, collaborative, security, and disadvantages is this is not good as compared to the private cloud because of very few has been trusted based upon the community needs. And the other one is hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud, which is a combination of both the public and private, the name implies it is a hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud partially secure because it has having a combination of private cloud with the public cloud. So an example you can see here, Google Application Suite, Gmail, Google Apps, Google Drive, all are called as examples of hybrid cloud. So the name suggests it is a combination of 2 or more cloud architecture. The 2 may be from public cloud as well as private cloud. And this is the hybrid cloud architecture. Whenever the hosting core application, so that public cloud hybrid integration between the traditional systems which are called as non-cloud systems, they have their own on-premise systems. So there is a combination of public and private systems. So hybrid cloud which can provide an access to public people as well as private people. So depends upon the nature of resources they can get from either public or private cloud. So it can gain the most of the benefits of both public and private cloud, and the same it can gain the limitations of both public as well as private cloud. And the benefits of the limitations. Benefits, you can see it is a most cost effective one, same as how we seen from the private cloud, and it is more secure one, and it has more flexibility also, because you can use either public or private cloud. And come to the limitations of this cloud, it is very complex. So because of, if you are integrating two different types of clouds there, one is more secure one, other one is non-secure one, like public cloud. So this is the most complex feature while you are integrating these clouds two together. And the disadvantages of hybrid cloud, you can see that it is not that much of good as private cloud, because it is mixed with other cloud too. And the reliability of services depends upon the type of service providers. It is not purely depending upon the combination of resources what they are providing. So purely it is depending upon the type of service which can be provided by service provider. And this is a cloud infrastructure, where cloud infrastructure and platform as a service, like many clouds are there: IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, Google, Microsoft, and the popular one is now AWS, Amazon Web Services. And so these are activities where you can see in this session, like public cloud, private cloud, hybrid and community clouds are there. So service providers, users, access and owner. So who is owner for this and who is access for this? This table clearly speaks about the different types of cloud deployment models. And moving to the cloud, you can put simply together all the computing services as a resource, not like physical infrastructure to be managed. So this is about the session introduction to cloud computing. So you can see here various questions like what is cloud computing, types of cloud computing, cloud architecture and benefits. So thank you.